Hello everybody, hope you're all okay. Today I really want to talk about handshakes, and first I'd like to particularly talk about the handshake between Donald Trump and Abe Soori. So I'm sure most of you have already seen it, and it was very, very interesting to see two world leaders shaking hands, and it was very interesting also to see that Abe-san was sat on the right hand side, so his hand was naturally in the power position, which meant that the top of his hand was showing to the cameras. And because of this, Donald Trump realised, I guess because he's a businessman and he does this kind of thing every day, he realised very quickly that he looked like he was in the weaker position. So for him, he really wanted to get Abe Soori's hand closer to him and also get his other hand on top to show that he was in the most powerful position. And because of this, we had maybe 20 seconds of two of the world's leaders fighting to keep their hand in a strong position. And you can see from their faces and the way their hands move that there's a lot of strength being used by both men to keep their hand in a strong position. And you can also see at the end of the handshake how relieved Abe Soori is that he's managed to keep his hand in a strong position and not lose the battle, and how frustrated Donald Trump is about not being able to get his hand into the most powerful position. And he even says, "Your hand is very strong," to Abe Soori. So he clearly knew that Abe Soori had kept his hand in a strong position, and I think Abe Soori did very well in that situation, because it must have been very difficult to do that. The next thing I want to say is that anybody who's coming to Britain, please don't worry too much about handshakes. On an everyday basis, people don't think too much about handshakes. It's just a good way of showing good relations between people and meeting people in a friendly way. So most people, when they handshake, they just do a firm handshake, which means not too strong, not too weak, and it's in a very neutral position, which means both hands are facing forward, and it's a very short, maybe 1 second or 2 second handshake, and there's no fight for hand positions or trying to get one hand on top of the other or anything like that. So please relax and don't worry too much about it. It's very interesting though, watching like on a global stage, where people are in front of the media, for example, when leaders are in front of photographers, or when the bosses of companies are in front of cameras, how important it is to the people at the tops of companies to show their position of power by the way they do a handshake. And there's a couple of things which are important. One is to try and get the hand on top, because that's seen as a position of power. And then the other thing is making the other person reach further, because if they reach further, it makes them look weak as well. And then there's also lots of tactics to try and get your hand into a stronger position if the other person starts off in a stronger position. So if you search on like for example Google or similar for power handshakes, you can find lots of interesting pictures and make your own opinions about who's in the most powerful position. Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't seen the video of Abe Soori and Donald Trump yet, please look for it and watch it. It's very interesting, and it's interesting to see two of the world's most powerful people fighting over a handshake position. If you've got any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below, and I'll answer them as soon as possible. Okay. Hope everybody has a good weekend. I'll see you again next week. Okay. Bye.